Pearl Thusi has shown off her green thumb by showing us her garden. And I don't know if she knows, but she has officially kicked off Earth Day, which is on Wednesday, superstars. Now tell me in the comments down below what you will be doing for Earth Day, because we already know what Pearl Thusi did.
Okay, so it's come to my attention that you guys don't really know me. Some of you think I'm just an actress, a mother, correct, DJ, but the thing I really am is a gardener.
I want you to sing my name. I know a lot of you don't know me. My name is Lebo. It's very simple. This is what you say. Lebo, Lebo, Lebo.
Welcome to Lights on the Lebo. Now this is a show which shines full out on the culture. Anyone that you should know or already know. Now superstars, it is getting colder and darker, and that is because winter is fast approaching. Oh my gosh, like look at it right now. It is 3:30 in the afternoon, but you could swear it is like 7 p.m. because it is so dark. Normally you'd see a sunset and everything, but there's none of that. But it is the best time for fashion, you know, coats, scarves, boots, fur, the works. I want to see it all. This is when we separate the fashionistas from the tryhards. So superstars, I'ma be looking. But let us get into hot topics, superstars. It was a long week.
It's time for what? You got it.
Speaking of Pearl Thusi, Masasa Mbangeni is going international, and she was starring in an Apple TV exclusive film called Sniper No Nation. But I couldn't help but notice a tweet which highlighted that they feel sad for Pearl Thusi, whose career flopped straight after Quantico and Queen Sono, while the other girls are thriving. And I'm like, why can't we just be happy for Masasa without bringing other people into the chat? Like, why can't we just celebrate the fact that she is immensely talented? I've seen her on Scandal, I've seen her in The Republic, and I've also seen her on Housekeepers. She is such a force. Like, wow, like, oh my gosh, her role as Thebe on Scandal, I loved her. I loved that role. I loved everything about it. Even if it was toxic, I really did love it. But now this to me speaks about that broader thing that was actually trending, which is colorism. Colorism was trending earlier in the week, and now this is an example of it. And I know Pearl Thusi is gonna, you know, feel some type of way, but this is not a dig to you, Pearl. I actually also think you are talented. But when I see people like Zoe Saldana play Nina Simone, it is kind of hard not to notice colorism and how it has been playing out in the entertainment industry. So I just don't like the fact that people are overshadowing Masasa's work by bringing other people into this, and I don't know why actually. But congratulations to Masasa Mbangeni once again, because that is such a huge opportunity, and this is no surprise because she is such a force. But let's move on.
Take off the scarf.
Don't make me. I wanted to tell you.
What is this?
Remember the Coldplay Kiss Cam scandal that we spoke about last year? While the lady caught in the affair, Kristen Kapoor says Chris Martin never reached out to her and she expected him to. And I'm like, to say what? Sorry, my camera guy caught your love affair on camera. Like, I don't understand. I don't know. And she went on further to say that she is never going to go to a Coldplay concert again. And I'm like, okay, no one asked her to, you know, be in the arms of a boss. No one did. Let's be honest, no one did. And now I'm just like, this is why you should never take videos of kiss cams, because some people aren't kissing their husbands. Hey now. And there was a kiss cam moment at the basketball that I went to recently, but I was like, hey, I'm not sharing this because, hey, wabo, I don't want problems. And now look, now give it my tata, guys. We're thinking now people are telling me to take down my videos because they don't want to be shown kissing other strangers on camera. It's given Modern Family when Gloria kissed Phil, and yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to me, but oh gosh, girl. Well, good luck not attending a Coldplay concert. That means you won't be attending the Super Bowl halftime for FIFA, but we'll be speaking about that later.
Ay, come on, it's not a big deal.
you thought that other story was outlandish, wait until you hear about Caitlyn Jenner, who has been feeling frustrated over the gender marker on her passport being returned back to M instead of F for female. Now it's M for male. And she says that she can't travel outside of the country. And I sent Donald Trump a few letters to change this, but they have not been responded back to. And you need to know that Caitlyn Jenner is a Trump supporter. She endorses Trump and actually said that she loves Trump despite all this happening. And I'm like... Girl thought she'd be the exception. She thought she'd be the exception. And this is giving to me when you're the only black person in a friend group and all your friends are like, oh, black people are so ghetto, black people are so this, they're thieves, they do that. But not you. Not you, you know, like you are the good one. You are. So I think that's what she thought. And girl, you have so much to learn. But you're old, so you should have known. But hey, now we're here, and I actually feel sorry. I feel sorry for the other adults who did not wish this, who are not Trump supporters and do not want this, because now it's also affecting them. And I actually want to protect the dolls t-shirt. Girls, gays, and everyone, please get me a Protect the Dolls t-shirt. But yes, superstars, let's move on. And Caitlyn Jenner, you should have known better, my love.
This is what I mean when I say you don't think. I'm thinking. You don't think. I'm thinking.
Last week we spoke about Queen Latifah, only for her to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And this is such exciting news. Like, Queen Latifah's music career, although short-lived, is very impactful. Yes, that's the word I wanted. It's very impactful. I mean, you've all heard, I don't know if you've all heard, but that is my favorite song, UNITY. Who are you calling a bitch? Hey. Let me breathe. But anyways, I also wanted to, say who else has been inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. We had Phil Collins, we had Billy Idol, we had Iron Maiden, we had Joy Division or New Order, we had Oasis, we had Sade, and Sade the group, not Sade the singer. Fola Sade Adu. Not her as the individual, but the group. Her in the group. Sade. Anyway, what's that? Luda. Oh my gosh, Luda Vandross, of course. Of course, Luda's supposed to be there. We had the Wu-Tang Clan, and I've been watching the Wu-Tang Clan on Showmax, but they're gone now, and I am finished. Oh, Showmax. Celia Cruz, we had Fela Kuti, we had MC Light. Graham Parsons, we had Linda Creed, Arif Mardin, Jimmy Miller, Rick Rubin, and Ed Sullivan. So we had a lot of people, and I've seen that Beyonce's name is floating for next year, but we will see next year how that goes. But congratulations to all the inductees, and wow, Queen Latifah, you are just you're a phenomenon, girl. I know you are. Oh, me and my mom's favorite movie is actually, my mom and I's favorite movie is Taxi. That is our all-time fave, but I do also like The Holiday. But yeah, let's move on. Another thing that we spoke about, and is making a comeback, is top billing. Guess they heard me when I said they should come back, but didn't hear me clearly when I said they should make me the host. What is up with that? But anyways, I spoke about top billing and Bonang Matheba in the same episode, and I said that she should invite me when she gets married. I hope she hears that. But I want to also speak about right now, she has partnered up with Thebe Magugu for his latest collection that is Lesotho inspired, called Mafiteng, and it is so... Okay, I haven't seen the whole collection, so I can't say it's beautiful. But I have seen a picture of Bonang in the collection, and that was beautiful. I do love the dress. I do love how it's sitting on her. I mean, Bonang is, the princess of Queen, actually. The Queen of South Africa. The Queen of celebs, the celeb of all celebs. So, of course, Thebe Magugu would enlist her help. But I do think that this collection would actually be, especially since I'm Lesotho. Okay, I almost said I'm Lesotho. tell him, Magugu, we need to speak, you know. You can put me in the collection if you want, and you can do it for free, darling. I don't charge right now.
I need $1. Shit.
Give you 20.
$20 for me? That's too expensive, sweetheart. I'm a cheap asshole.
Now let's quickly jump into a sport that I really don't care for, but I do care for the men. Arnold Alexander Trent and Aiden McCarthy. My line is open. Anyway, anytime. In the thunder and rain. And it's raining. It is raining and thundering, so that must be a sign for you guys to hit me up. But anyway, oh my gosh, let me compose myself. Lebo, you're so thirsty. So the FIFA president has confirmed that there will be a Super Bowl halftime show at the final match of the World Cup on the 19th of July. And it will be held at MetLife Stadium in New York. And I hope it's also curated. It's curated by Chris Martin. And I hope that they bring out a great show, because that FIFA World Cup song was horrible. It was trash. It's not even making waves. It's not even making kiddie pools. Whatever. Yeah, no one's talking about it. Like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But yeah, and I'm gonna quickly jump into South African politics. Okay, not politics, but South African sports politics with regards to Gayton, Mckenzie and Mama Joy. So Mama Joy is going to the World Cup. She has secured herself a sponsor, and this is coming after her heated debate with back and forth with Gayton Mckenzie, where they were speaking about super fans and them not being able to go to the World Cup. Gayton Mckenzie said no, she will not be going to the World Cup because they already spent 700,000 rand on her trip to Paris in 2023. Yes. And which is crazy actually. How much is, a trip to the World Cup, guys? Tell me. Like, I need to get into sports. I need to get into soccer clearly, like I need to but anyways, and that whole thing. And he actually also said that maybe Papa Joy should sponsor her. And oh my gosh, I don't know why Mr. Gayton Mckenzie is so spicy. But yeah, that led to her getting her own sponsor. And she's also in partnership with Roots Butchery for her own meat line or whatever. And she is working. Now, I don't personally, because I don't watch soccer, I don't personally know Mama Joy like that. But I do know a few clips. I've seen a clip of her, I don't know, she was begging or whatever that maybe her team should win or whatever, and then someone was waving, I don't know, like a sign or whatever, and then she like took it down. I don't know, that was so savage of her, and people are like, oh, she's so mean and whatever, and I don't know, but that's the only clip I've seen of her. That's the only, I'm not the only person that's a big soccer fan in my house is my uncle. He's like, yeah, a super fan, I guess, but other than that, I don't care for soccer. I do care for the people who perform at soccer. I care for Doja Cat's performance last year at FIFA. And yeah, I'll care for whoever's going to perform at the Super Bowl. I am not sure if it's going to be Coldplay or they will, because it's 29 minutes. I don't think it's going to exclusively be them. So whoever they bring, Beyonce. But whoever they bring, I will be watching. But yeah, superstars, let's move on.
Bellingham. Oh, this Bellingham looks fucking sexy. Who is that?
This is still sports related, and we're gonna talk about old school. They are also going international, securing partnerships with the NBA, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, Manchester City. And that is actually huge. That is huge because they started in 2019 and already they are, like this huge force. They have opened up a lot of stores. I read that they have employed 250 employees or something like that. So it has been such a huge it's a huge business. I know it's worth billions, I think 9 billion or something like that. So it is huge. Their company is really huge. And it's brothers. If you didn't know, it's brothers. But we've spoken about this. We've spoken about old school versus Gassy Flavor. And I know a few people feel like Gassy Flavor should have been the ones that have all these brand deals and whatever. And securing all these partnerships. But it's a game of resources, unfortunately. Gussie Flavor is the one that actually have started with, it was first Gussie Flavor who started. They started with vintage soccer apparel, and then Old School started with their vintage rugby clothes, and they decided, hey, we're gonna transition and expand into also soccer, and that is why now they are getting so many deals, and people feel like, hey, that should have been Gussie Flavor's story. That should have been Gussie Flavor's story, and it should have been. It should have been, but this is fashion, and in the fashion industry, a lot of people do get slighted and whatever, and their designs get stolen, big companies take their designs, and once a big company takes your design, it's over. And it's unfortunate, but it's over because they have the backing, they have the resources, they have all these, and you are just a startup.
Don't be shocked. You're shocked? You're shocked?
Now, speaking of copycats, Lamiez Holworthy and Kulichana just had their beautiful wedding in Mafikeng. And oh my gosh, firstly, can we just speak about Lamiez's dress? It is so gorgeous. Like, I actually love it. And I love that the train is like layered. Oh my gosh, Lamiez. What a stunning woman. What a stunning woman. Kulichana, you are so lucky. So lucky. But anyway, a lot of people are wondering if Lamiez's stunt double, Rural Zulu Girl, will be recreating her own wedding, her version of the wedding with her own Kulichana, because she is a doppelganger. She has been copying Lamiez throughout a lot of things. Her hairstyle, her clothes, and it's normal, a lot of people have doppelgangers. We probably all do have doppelgangers. We see celebs and they're doppelgangers, and then we also see some doppelgangers take it a bit too far, take it to a strange level, like Just Ashley with Taylor Swift, Paige Neiman with Ariana Grande, there's a lot of Rihannas, and I can't even name them because there are so many. There's some that are even performing on her behalf. There's some that are performing on her behalf because Rihanna refuses to perform and make music, I get it. So there are people that will step in. And there's also, remember that girl on Flavor of Love? I don't know what her name was. Sugar, Pumpkin, what I don't remember. But she said that her friends said that she looks like Beyonce, and Tiffany Pollard was like, Beyonce, what? I don't think so, girl. You look like Lita Van Ross.
You guys are just jealous because all of my friends that know me tell me that I remind them of Beyonce. So you can Beyonce. You know who you really look like? You look like Luther Vandross.
But it's speaking to, a lot of people want to look like a certain celeb, and once they think they do, or once a lot of people say they do, or whatever, they kind of take it a bit too far and start cosplaying as that celeb, which is kind of like a mental sickness to me. We're all different, we're all human, it is kind of like a mental sickness, because why are you copying this person? I get, okay, the first 2 times, 3 times of copying this person might be maybe you're trying to get some virality or whatever. But you can't tell me that those other women, Paige and whoever, are sane, because now they are copying every era. Like, have you seen her? She even copied Wicked, child. She even copied Ariana and her brunette hair. Like, it's crazy. Like, hey. So, who knows? Maybe Lamiez's stunt double will actually pull out her own wedding. She hasn't responded. She hasn't said anything. So maybe I'm thinking that maybe she is preparing herself for a dream wedding. But let's move on.
I got married in Italy. Am I saying you copied me by getting married in Italy?
Oh, we have another copycat situation. There is a creator named Katjay on Twitter who has been claiming that Katseye has copied his hoodie. Because his hoodies are named Cat, and he claimed that, okay, so the thing is, why I think that he is deranged? It's because he has said that he admitted that he saw the inspiration from Gap, right? And now Gap has partnered with Katseye to create these hoodies, the Cat hoodies. So it's Gap times Katseye, you know, for the Gap hoodies. But now he is claiming that Katseye has copied his hoodies and saying that it's not even cat, it's Katseye. So why didn't they write it as cats, you know, Kats, instead of cat? And I'm like, but you also got inspiration from Gap. Gap, who is actually working with Katseye to create these hoodies. So now, who's signing who here? Like, who has copied who? Because to us now, it looks like you the one that copied Katseye, darling. Like that. You have copied Katseye because you stole it from Gap. Gap was working with Katseye. So who's the, you know? So yeah, let's move on.
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief. I don't do that anymore.
Steal?
Lie.
You know when Megan in here said, I could never be judged by a bitch that was dancing making our Kelly go viral? Now imagine my disbelief when I was driving, listening to the radio, and I heard Thando Tabete and Mckenzie James give R. Kelly some airtime on Throwback Thursdays. And I was like, what? Then why are we cancelling Nicki Minaj if her male counterparts are never cancelled? And they be doing so much worse than her. She's only been endorsing Trump, like how a lot of people have been. Snoop Dogg, people still listen to him. Kanye West, people still listen to him. So why? Okay, but you're gonna tell me, hey, her husband is a predator. And I'm gonna be like, okay, but let's look at all these other guys. Let's look at all her male counterparts that aren't cancelled clearly. Diddy. People are cancelling Beyonce over Diddy. Why? It's crazy actually. Now I'm gonna go down this list and you'll see that actually it's always the woman that is being cancelled over the man's doing, you know? So Beyonce was being cancelled over Diddy. Megan Thee Stallion was being cancelled over Tory Lanez. The R&B girlies were being cancelled over Chris Brown. And now also Chloe Bailey's being cancelled over Kanye West. And all these people are people that should be cancelled. All these men, they should be cancelled. Kanye West should be cancelled. Diddy should be cancelled. Snoop Dogg has said some crazy stuff. He has spoken about the LGBTQ. He has spoken about I just don't understand. Like, it is a pattern. It is a pattern. I am seeing a pattern. I hope you're also seeing a pattern that the women are always struggling. The women are always the ones being cancelled, but the men are not. You know, they are not giving the women the same grace as they're giving the men, which is crazy. Like, we all know what was happening with Diddy. We all know Tory Lanez kind of allegedly shot. I mean, he is incarcerated for it. So actually shot Megan Thee Stallion. We all know that Chris Brown has a history of violence. And we also know that Kanye West has said some problematic stuff in the past. So why are we cancelling Nicki Minaj if we're not cancelling all of them? Answer me that down in the comments below.
Just answer the question, okay? Please don't play with me right now. No, that's it, please. Let's not, please.
Now, Ice Spice was caught throwing hands at McDonald's, and she later actually tweeted about the moment saying that this would have never happened at Wendy's. And if you want to know what happened, let me tell you what happened, guys. So she was actually having a meal with a friend at McDonald's, you know, chilling, having a great time, which I'm kind of wondering why she was not, why her bodyguards weren't dead, like, kind of unsafe. But she was sitting with her friend having McDonald's, and then this woman shows up claiming that she's a fan, you know, she listens to her music and whatever. But this now fan, she actually took out a video saying that she felt disrespected by Ice Spice, because she came to Ice Spice, you know, or, you know, happy, giddy and whatever, saying that she's a fan or whatever. But now Ice Spice didn't, you know, pay her no mind, saying, where you from? And she said she's from New York. Where you from? Or whatever, I don't know. But she said that she felt some type of way about Ice Spice giving her attitude. So she was like, I'ma fight you, I'ma beat you up. So that's where the fight started. And I don't understand. Like, she is trying to gain sympathy with that video, saying that, hey, this is why I beat up Ice Spice. But it's like, per social match. Like, Ice Spice Thieves doesn't owe you anything. All these people, like, it's the same situation with Tina Knowles and the Gumbo situation where people were feeling some type of way that she wasn't paying them any attention. Like, oh my gosh. Like, these stars are still people at the end of the day. And yes, they kind of not masked, but they, you know, show you some love and appreciation, but at the same time they don't have to if they don't want to. Just like the whole chaperone situation, where now the soccer player is actually apologizing to her because that bodyguard wasn't from her team, but now they banned her from coming to, I don't know, was it the UK or whatever country that was. And it's so crazy to me. But now Ice Spice, you know, she held her own, you know, fighting. Even that guy wanted to fight her, which was weird, kind of weird that a guy wants to fight a woman. Really weird. But the friend, people are clowning the friend because the friend got pushed, right? And once the friend got pushed, she was out. Like, she was like, this is not my battle, I'm just going to pick up the like, oh my gosh, like, pick better friends. But yeah, I don't know why the friend didn't help her friend, because that was such a weird situation, you know. Going out to McDonald's, you don't think that you'll be caught up in a fight, but there you are, Ice Spice being caught up in a fight. And it's kind of weird, crazy, and these fans are just crazy and delusional, honestly. Now, Euphoria. I watched the first episode of season 3, and I hope you did too. But if you didn't, you can still catch up, because HBO actually does weekly releases, and I love that they do weekly releases. Please don't ever stop that, because this whole Netflix thing and bulk releasing, I don't like it. Because we are not on the same wavelength as everyone else, you know, because now people have watched 5 episodes or whatever while you're still on 1, and, you know, you're trying to catch up, but now you can't, and now you can't discuss it with your friends because they like on episode 24 and I'm still on episode 10, and I don't like spoilers, so I don't want to speak to them about it. But now we can speak about it because it has been a week, so you should have been watching it. But anyways, Sam Levinson, I don't know what he has planned for this season, but I will say that he is pulling out the stops, you know. Like, from that first episode, I can tell that this might go down as he wanted to go down as the best season of the show, you know. And there was so much. He touched on a lot of topics, you know. He touched on Christianity and the whole, and I think he touched on it. I'm theorizing that he touched on it because there is this whole rise of Christian influencers and Christian conservatives, and yeah, just, you know, your Christian dinner, your Christian grocery, your Christian, you know, like there's I don't know what these Christian influencers are, you know. But they titled, yeah, you know, there was also that person, remember that person that said Christian BBL, come with me to get a Christian BBL? Kind of weird, but yeah, so there's been a rise of all that. And so I think he touched on that theme about also he touched on a whole lot of themes. I don't want to get into that Christian theme a whole much because it might ruffle some feathers, but yeah, he did. And then also we did get a crash course of how to smuggle drugs. I had no idea that you can actually jump a border like that. I almost said, if you know, if you have seen people do that or whatever, let me know in the comments, but I don't think you should do that, you know, like, especially since ice is very prevalent. You know, it might not be a safe place to actually it's not a safe time to be speaking about jumping the border. But I had no idea that also you use lube to swallow the balloons. I had no idea that you actually have to use lube to swallow the balloons. I mean, I don't swallow drugs, but that is crazy. Some parts are weird, like some parts are very weird and disgusting. Well, the swallowing part was really disgusting for me, because yeah, and also because you excrete, you know, the balloons. So the pooping situation was also disgusting because Faye, the dog, she pooped on herself and the dog was licking her, and it was disgusting. Very disgusting. And I'm not gonna be eating at people's places anymore because they used a strainer, you know. They used a rice strainer to strain the poop and the balloons, you know, because I guess it's gonna catch the balloons and then the poop is just gonna, because it's probably diarrhea, like seeing from phase, you know, thighs and fat. I saw that it is like diarrhea-ish. So, oh my gosh, why am I speaking about this? But yeah, I will not be eating at other people's places anymore. I hope you forgive me when I tell you that I will not be eating at your place, because I have seen too much. I have seen that you guys maybe use rice strainers. Yes, oh, that word ran away from me. Rice strainers to strain poop. Disgusting. Very disgusting. But I do also want to speak about, okay, we saw a lot of people were speaking about, I do want to get into the whole Maddie versus Cassie thing. A lot of people are saying that Maddie stole Cassie's dream life. No, the other way around. Cassie stole Maddie's dream life because Cassie did express that she wants to be like a housewife and not do anything and just be rich and whatever. So people are saying that Cassie is, you know, that and has destiny swapped or whatever. But I'm like, watching it, I actually really love their storylines. I really do love their storylines because yes, with Cassie, with Maddie, she is working and whatever and living in like that horrible place and whatever, and she is not making enough. But I do feel like as we go along, maybe I'm hoping that she might actually get like a breakthrough in her life. But with Cassie, you are seeing that downside of being a housewife, of being, you know, because now she just wants more. And you know, when Wham saying everything she wants, you know, like I keep on doing this, but you it's not enough for you, you still want more. I just feel like that is what Nate is feeling, because now he is just trying and whatever, but it is breaking his back. But Cassie is not satisfied, she just wants more. And also saw that a whole lot of people didn't like, okay, the adult entertainment topic, the how they touched on it, and I love it. I actually love it because it's realistic, because in this day and age also still people aren't too accepting of it. So I don't know why they want it to be portrayed as something that's accepting. I feel like they portrayed it really well with the one person, Cassie, doing research about it and actually figuring out, hey, this is actually something I want to do, and I know that this is not exclusive to people having and you can do a whole range of stuff and still get money and whatever and join OnlyFans, and it's not about what people really think it's about. And you have your Nate who is like against it and it's like, no, I don't want you showing your body off to people and whatever. Like, that is how it goes, does it not? I feel like that's how it goes. Like, if I were to tell my friends right now that, hey, I want to join OnlyFans, they'd be like, oh my gosh, darling.
Oh God, tell someone she's going to say.
Like, you know, like, I mean, some are like very, you know, I don't think some would, you know, be like, oh my gosh, they'd be like, you go. But what I'm getting at is that I really did love how they actually tackled that topic. But lastly, I also want to speak about Zendaya. Oh my gosh. Zendaya. She is, oh my gosh. I know she's a wonderful actress, but this season just showed what kind of actress she is. Like, that last scene when I didn't get his name, guys, I forget names. So but that guy, kind of big guy who is the pimp, when he shot that apple off of her head and she had that breath of relief, you know, that self-relief and the joy and, you know, the craziness in her. And like, I was just like, oh my gosh, she has portrayed that so well. Like, she has, I don't even know how to explain it, but that emotion, that, you know, like that holding your breath because you're not too sure what's going to happen, like this could be the end of your life, to sighing because wow, to, you know, that relief that wow, actually wow, this is, you know, also because it's thrilling, it's probably thrilling for her, you know, the blood is rushing through her veins and whatever. And I'm like, she has captured, oh my gosh, so exquisitely. Oh, Zendaya, the woman that you are.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment.
Now, come on now.
Now, I want to quickly get into Coachella. We spoke briefly about it last week, but now weekend 1 and weekend 2 have happened. I didn't watch them properly because, I mean, I was in between shooting when... Why am I saying in between shooting as if I don't shoot in one day? But I was shooting on Saturday, and that was weekend 1, and there was still... I didn't watch Saturday. I only watched Friday, which was Sabrina Carpenter. I didn't watch Saturday. And I didn't watch Sunday and this weekend now. And now I've watched them all. So now we can get into it very safely. I want to say firstly that wow. Sabrina Carpenter, she ate 9 out of 10. Maybe 10 out of 10. And I do want to say that people are contrasting it to Coachella, and of course it won't be Coachella because Coachella, firstly, let us start by saying she was the first black woman to headline Coachella ever, and that is why we are naming it Coachella. And people are highlighting that Justin Bieber is the highest paid, but we should remember that Beyonce took the $8 million because she also wanted to keep her rights, because she wanted to sell it to Netflix for a much higher stake, and she did. So there's a whole lot of, but I do want to say that a whole lot of girls are not hungry. I've seen that a whole lot of girls are not hungry. The girls are not hungry enough. But I have seen that the girls that are coming up right now, the girls that are out of the Kia Asylum, also Kaya Asylum, whatever, are also getting hungrier and hungrier. Like, we can speak about Sabrina Carpenter, who's hungry. We can speak about Zara Larsson. We can speak about Tyler. We can speak about all those people who seem like they are hungry for it. And I say hungry because Beyonce was hungry. Like, she was very hungry for success, and she got what she wanted. So that's the element that has been missing for all these people. But I have to speak about Giveon brought out Snoop Dogg to sing my song Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love that song. I loved Giveon said I did say in Lebo Lessons, when I used to do Lebo Lessons, that I really did love his album. Sabrina brought out Madonna, and I saw the ageism comments, and I hate that because Madonna is an icon. We are forgetting that Madonna is a legend and an icon, and she has carved the path for pop girlies. A whole lot of these girlies wouldn't be as open about sex and sexuality in their music and in their performances if it wasn't for Madonna. Let's not forget about that Like a Virgin performance, which almost got her blackballed. But yes, she is, I love that she brought up, because now for me it gave, the queen of pop handing over her crown to Sabrina Carpenter. But we don't know if Sabrina Carpenter might be the princess yet. Still early, but she is in the running, and she is top 1 maybe. But Justin Bieber, in weekend 1, I saw his weekend 1 thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is giving karaoke, like a whole lot of people are saying. Like, it just gives, like, I'm gonna play YouTube and sing like how I normally hold my concerts in Coachella. And it just gave karaoke. He wasn't giving effort. You heard when he was singing Beauty and the Beast. Oh, Beauty and the Beat. Like, he was kind of nonchalant in the first 2 lines, and then he switched voices and, started getting into it. And so I'm like, okay. But weekend 2 seems like he is actually really good. It seems like he is in a better place. He is in a better space. He feels like he wants to perform for people now, like he is getting into it. He even brought out SZA. Loved his performance with SZA. They were performing Snooze. I really loved that he also brought out Billie Eilish on stage, because Billie has been a mega fan of his, and that was such a cute moment. And also, guess what's trending? Beauty and the Beat. I mean, he didn't play Nicki Minaj's part, but he did play the Justin. But yeah, Beauty and the Beat has been trending. It has been shooting up on the charts. And Sway Lee also brought out French Montana. I really loved Sway Lee's set. It really did give 2016. It gave, oh my, that girl is a Hey, you know what? I, guys. Oh. Sway Lee actually brought out his son. That was so cute. And he performed Sunflower. And he was in his Spider-Man thing. That is so cute. And Spider-Man will be in theaters on the 31st of July. What am I trying to say? I loved Karol G's set. She was the third headliner. So it was Sabrina Carpenter, Justin Bieber, and Karol G. And Karol G is the first Latina woman to ever headline Coachella. So this is a big deal. It's a big deal for Latinas. It is a big deal because Bad Bunny was doing Super Bowl. And now Karol G is doing Coachella. So, papi, mami. Hola. Where's my, I'm just gonna put that video if I find it because that's the video I'm trying to reference.
Gotcha. Don't show my. Listen.
I love you, Nikki. I love you.
Hola, mommy.
Adios, papi.
Yes, adios.
No, you're good.
Pink Panthers brought out Zara Larsson, but they didn't perform stateside together, maybe saving it for their tour, whatever. But Zara Larsson performed the remix of Midnight Sun, and she said she can't wait till it's released. So that might be, maybe it might even feature someone. Maybe. I'm just reaching, but maybe. But Zara Larsson also has partnered up with Tyler for She Did It Again. And I feel like I like it. I don't hate it. But I feel like I still need time for it to grow on me. Because I am still into Chanel. Maybe Chanel, I say love me. Reasons. But I really love Chanel. So I'm still letting She Did It Again grow on me. It is giving, I wanted to say it is giving Can Remember to Forget You and also Beautiful Liar. It's giving both of those songs at the same time, you know. And then we had Samba, who brought out Quinlan Blackwell. And Quinlan was very serious. People are pointing out that Quinlan was very serious on stage. They don't know her like this. They know her as the goofball that she is. I watched Feeding Starving Celebs with Halle Bailey. And I really liked that one. I liked that episode. And that's all I wanted to speak on. Oh! Sabrina also brought out Terry Crews. How could I forget? Brought out Terry Crews and he referenced white chicks. And that was cute. That was a cute moment. But that's all I'm going to speak on for Coachella. Coachella was amazing this year. Coachella, especially weekend 2. A lot of celebs and influencers and people went to weekend 1. They missed weekend 2 because that's when all these performers brought out people. They brought out people to perform with. I feel like weekend 2 was amazing, and I feel like Coachella this year was amazing. I feel like I should have been there and not attend in Coachella, but I did. And maybe one day. The way I said maybe one day, it reminds me of me saying maybe one day there will be a surviving Chris Brown. But maybe one day on that front too. But when I want to say maybe one day I will be attending Coachella. Fingers crossed.
That's big.
I said in the making.
Now, lastly, I want to talk about the Michael premiere. And it premiered in both Berlin and also South Africa. We had our own version of the premiere. And I'm not going to speak about the Berlin premiere, but it was very star-studded. It had the lead character, of course, the lead role player. Oh my gosh, it had Jafar Jackson. I just want to say it had Jafar Jackson, who is Michael Jackson's nephew? And now people are like, oh no, why is he playing it? Why couldn't it be that Michael Jackson cosplaying guy, which I don't know his name? And I was like, no, this is perfect. He knows his uncle. Like, I'm sure he's heard stories and whatever of his uncle and whatever. He is the perfect person to play this. And yes, but I'm not gonna speak about that one, but I am gonna speak about how Mckenzie went to both. Like, she went to both and she devoured, you know. Like, I loved her outfit. I also loved Pretty Ugly's outfit at the South African premiere one. I really loved how they stuck on theme, because a lot of South Africans in the South African premiere one did not. And I'm not surprised, because I keep the South Africans and themes, they probably don't even know what the theme was. And it was Michael Jackson. That's the easiest theme. But yeah, like, I'm so, I could say disappointed, but I mean, we all saw what happened with Devon July last year. We had Liam Panty. It's not bad. To me, it's not bad. I liked it, but not on theme. So really, Kosi Twala wasn't a fan. Sbogutle, and I really loved what she's wearing. Not on theme, but I really loved what she's wearing. Really did. So I'ma forgive her, because wow. Ilano, no. Sihle Masango, you know, it actually would be better if I just list people here who went to this premiere and not even speak about their clothes, because it was disappointed. But I really liked Kim Jade. I liked Kim Jade one. Oh, Capo. I feel like he was actually lost, because even the wig and the... What was he wearing? Like... We are kind that this is not the Stockfell premiere, whatever, but we had Tarina Patel, we had Beginda Masse, who I'm also questioning the fact that also the color discoloration, it's kind of hard not to notice that they had different shades of green, and I didn't like that. And we had Munaka, we had Buntu Petse. I also liked her outfit, Buntu Petse. We had Hungani Ndlovu, it's okay. What a man, what way. We had Primo Baloi, we had Theo. I really liked Theo's one, very on theme, I liked that. We had Stephen Gacy and Slicker. Stephen Gacy, I see Stephen Gacy on Twitter when he's wearing heels, and this time he decided to dress as if he is going to go to a normal, I don't know, he looked like he's just going to the mall. Karijini, and it really does look like he's going to the mall. Slicker, you know, tracksuit. Wait again, South Africans, I need us to do better when it comes to who is inviting. You know, where's that meme? Who invited these people? Because, like, it's a premiere. I want to see, you know, their best Michael Jackson and whatever, them doing the moonwalk, and I wanna your signature Michael Jackson shoes with the socks and the pants, you know, black pants maybe, your Thriller outfits, your, you know, Michael Jackson had a lot. Maybe if you don't want the Thriller outfit, you can wear the one where he debuted the moonwalk. If not, you can wear the Thriller cover outfit. If not, you can... There are so many outfits of Michael Jackson that you can wear, and it's not even limited to that. You can wear so much more. You can even dress as Michael Jackson in an afro, you know, take it back to when he was, you know, Black Michael Jackson. Oh. Okay, I don't want to say Black Michael Jackson because that's still husband. I really did love Michael Jackson. Oh, Michael Jackson. I loved him. I really did. Like, that was my first male crush. Like, that was my first. That's when I found out that I was gay. Because, you know, you never, I mean, you don't really recognize, like, yes, you are different and play with girls, whatever, but, you know, feelings don't come into the chat until you're attracted to someone. And I was attracted to Michael Jackson growing up, you know, like, I think I was 6, 7, 8. Somewhere there, we had like a Michael Jackson DVD, and I would play it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, he is so amazing, whatever. And now I'm fangirling over Janet Jackson's brother, who I also love Janet Jackson. But yes, superstar. Oh,
Sengathi khona la sebatsakiwe nyana.
Yes, superstars, that is it for this week's episode. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next Sunday.